What if I told you the biggest problem in Cleveland isn't the quarterback, it's the man calling the plays? Because while fans were busy blaming Joe Flacco for not delivering last season, something far deeper was brewing behind the scenes. A system that seems built to fail every quarterback who steps inside it. When Flacco took the field again recently, it wasn't supposed to be a big deal. Just another veteran trying to stay relevant. But then, something shocking happened. He looked like himself again, confident, precise, throwing lasers downfield. The kind of Joe Flacco fans hadn't seen in years. And instantly, every Browns fan watching had the same question. Where was this version of Flacco when he played for us? That's when the finger-pointing began. But not at the players. This time, the heat landed right on head coach Kevin Stefanski. Because if the same quarterback can suddenly light it up in another system, maybe the problem isn't talent. Maybe it's the scheme. Even Myles Garrett, the Browns' defensive captain and one of the highest-paid players in the league, couldn't stay quiet. He straight up said Flacco looked great and hinted that maybe the offense just doesn't fit the players they have. Coming from Garrett, that wasn't just a comment, it was a warning shot. When your defensive leader starts calling out how the offense is being run, that's when you know something is seriously wrong inside the building. And now, the whole team is watching closely, especially rookie Shedeur Sanders. Because if veterans are getting trapped in a system that doesn't let them shine, what chance does a young quarterback have? That decision not to let Shedeur play isn't just about experience anymore. It's becoming a symbol of how broken this offense might really be. But this story's only getting started. Because Garrett's comments didn't just shake the locker room. They might have just sparked the biggest internal storm the Browns have faced all season. When Joe Flacco took the field in his latest game, something immediately felt different. No hesitation, no checkdowns, no overcoaching from the sideline. Just pure football instincts, the kind that made him a Super Bowl MVP years ago. He looked free, calm, almost like a man finally trusted to be himself again. Every throw had purpose, every read looked sharp, and suddenly, everyone watching realized this wasn't some washed-up veteran hanging on for one last season. This was the Joe Flacco fans had been begging to see when he wore a Browns jersey. But here's the thing, this version of Flacco didn't just appear out of nowhere. It exposed something much bigger. Because when he played for the Browns, everything was tight, restricted, robotic. 5-yard screens, quick slants, plays designed to protect the system, not empower the player. Fans are starting to put two and two together. If Flacco can thrive the moment he steps out of Cleveland's playbook, then maybe Kevin Stefanski's system isn't a strategy. Maybe it's a cage. A cage that limits what quarterbacks like Flacco or even Shedeur Sanders are truly capable of. And that realization is hitting hard. You can hear it in the fan chatter, see it on social media. People aren't just questioning the play calling anymore. They're questioning whether this team even knows how to use the talent it has. Because if Flacco can look like himself again outside of Cleveland, what does that say about everyone still trapped inside it? At this point, the spotlight isn't on the quarterbacks anymore. It's squarely on Kevin Stefanski. Because fans are realizing something the stats never showed. Cleveland's offense isn't built to win, it's built to control. Every snap looks the same. Short passes, predictable screens, no rhythm, no risk. It's like watching football with the brakes on. For years, Stefanski's been praised for his system, but that same system has buried talent after talent. Baker Mayfield looked lost in it, then thrived the moment he left for Tampa. Flacco struggled in it, then shined the second he was free. And now, Shedeur Sanders is standing on the sideline, watching it all unfold, knowing exactly what comes next if he's put in too soon. Inside the locker room, players see it too. When stars like Myles Garrett start speaking out, it's not just frustration, it's a warning. The team's patience is running out. The offense feels like a loop that keeps repeating, no matter who lines up under center. And that's the scary part. Because when a play caller refuses to adapt, the whole team starts to crack. And if Stefanski doesn't change fast, that crack might turn into something he can't fix. Not with any quarterback. When Myles Garrett talks, the entire locker room listens. He's not just another player. He's the face of the Browns, the defensive captain, and one of the highest paid players in the entire league. So when he publicly praised Joe Flacco after that breakout game, saying he looked like Joe and hinting that the offense just doesn't fit their players, it wasn't just a compliment. It was a coded message aimed straight at the coaching staff. Garrett didn't have to say Kevin Stefanski's name. He didn't have to call out the system directly, but everyone understood what he meant. When a veteran like Flacco suddenly looks great somewhere else, it exposes a deeper problem, and Garrett made sure the world noticed. Inside the organization, that kind of comment hits hard. Players start whispering, coaches get defensive, and suddenly, it's not just about X's and O's, it's about trust. Because if your team leader is openly questioning how the offense is run, how long before others do the same? And that's what's really dangerous for Cleveland right now. When leadership fractures from ... Within, talent doesn't matter. Chemistry fades, belief disappears, and the locker room starts to splinter into quiet camps. The ones who support the coach and the ones who don't. Garrett's words may have sounded respectful on the surface, but make no mistake, they sent shockwaves through the building. And for a team already drowning in offensive confusion, that kind of internal pressure could explode at any moment. While all this chaos unfolds, one name keeps echoing through Cleveland: Shedeur Sanders. The young quarterback who's supposed to be the future of this franchise is watching the mess unfold from the sidelines. And fans can't stop asking the same question. Why isn't he playing? On paper, Shedeur's got everything a modern QB needs: accuracy, composure, confidence, and pedigree. But somehow, he's become a ghost in this offense, barely getting the reps everyone expected. Reports claim the coaching staff is protecting him, saying they don't want to rush his development, but fans aren't buying it. Rumors suggest there's more to it, that Stefanski's system just isn't built for a quarterback like Shedeur. It's the same old story. Mobile, creative QBs don't thrive in systems that treat them like robots. And the more the Browns limit their players, the clearer it becomes. This isn't about readiness, it's about control. Even Deion Sanders, Shedeur's father, reportedly wanted to keep his son away from Cleveland. And after watching this season, it's easy to see why. Because if veterans like Joe Flacco can't look like themselves in Stefanski's offense, what chance does a rookie have? Throwing Shedeur into this system right now could ruin his rhythm before it even begins. So maybe, just maybe, holding him back isn't the problem. Maybe it's survival. Because right now, every quarterback who touches this offense comes out looking worse. But the question is, how much longer can Shedeur wait before this situation explodes? Right now, Cleveland feels like a pressure cooker. Every week, the tension inside that locker room gets a little louder, and everyone knows something's about to give. The players have spoken without saying much, and the message is clear. This team doesn't believe in the system anymore. Rumors are already swirling that if things don't turn around soon, Kevin Stefanski's job could be on the line. Ownership can only ignore the noise for so long, especially when your franchise star, Myles Garrett, is indirectly questioning your leadership in public. Some insiders claim that Jimmy Haslam, the Browns owner, is monitoring the situation closely, waiting to see if the team completely unravels. Meanwhile, the quarterback's room is turned into a silent battlefield. Joe Flacco's resurgence elsewhere makes the Browns look bad. Dillon Gabriel is pushing for a bigger role, and Shedeur Sanders, the name every fan chants, remains caught in the middle of a growing storm he didn't create. If Stefanski sticks to his current style, he risks losing not just games, but the locker room itself. But if he changes now, it might be too late. The trust is already fractured. Players have long memories, and once they stop believing in your play calling, it's nearly impossible to win them back. So the next few weeks won't just decide the Browns' season. They'll decide who really runs this team. The coach holding the playbook, or the players finally speaking up. The Cleveland Browns are standing on a fault line, and every snap, every comment, every rumor is another tremor waiting to split the ground wide open. What started as a normal season has turned into a slow-burn drama about trust, power, and pride. Joe Flacco's rebirth away from Cleveland wasn't just a good game. It was a mirror held up to the Browns' biggest weakness: control. When a quarterback leaves your system and immediately looks freer, sharper, and more confident, that's not coincidence. That's exposure. It shows exactly how much this structured offense might be strangling the very creativity it's supposed to unleash. Myles Garrett's words lit the match, but the flames have been there for a while. Players whispering after meetings, frustrated looks on the sideline, a locker room that feels more divided by philosophy than by talent. One side believes in Stefanski's carefully drawn-up plan. The other wants freedom. Real football, instinct-driven football. And caught between those two worlds is Shedeur Sanders, the franchise's great what-if. Some say he's being protected, others say he's being hidden. Either way, he's become a symbol of everything Cleveland can't seem to figure out: how to let talent breathe. If history tells us anything, teams rarely collapse from the outside. They fracture from within. The Browns still have time to fix it, but that window is closing fast. Because once a locker room loses faith, no playbook can bring it back. So as the season pushes forward, one question hangs over Cleveland like a storm cloud. Will the Browns finally set their players free, or keep them trapped in a system that's already falling apart? Whatever happens next, one thing's certain: this isn't just another quarterback controversy. It's the beginning of a reckoning. And as fans keep asking louder every week, maybe the real question isn't who plays quarterback, but who's really running this team.